Welcome to part 3 of the Market Your Small Business on Instagram for Beginners. Now, this is the third video, so if you've missed video 1 and 2, please go back and watch those. I will leave the links to those in the description below. Now, I know a lot of you want to skip ahead and just go and get the clients on Instagram, but you really do need the foundation, and I've covered all of that in the first 2 parts. In this video, I'm going to go over the number 1 question that small business owners ask, which is, how do I get clients from Instagram? How do I stop wasting time doing it wrong and make sure that I am effectively doing it right? Because I can't be spending all of my time on the phone constantly, especially if I'm doing things that are just not working. Well, if that's you, you've come to the right place. I will go over 3 rules that you must follow when posting and 5 ways to get clients on Instagram. Let's dive in. Here are the 3 things that you must follow when posting. The number 1 thing that you have to have in all of your posts is you have to offer value to the prospect. How do you do that? Well, simply put, you must put yourself in that potential client's position and think to yourself, what is it that they would want? That means not what you want to promote, but what they want to see and what would have them actually click that follow button and follow you. What's in it for them? Now, most business owners have a really tough time coming up with this. So here it is. These are the reasons why people would want to follow you. Your posts are funny. Now, this may not be appropriate for every business, but if somehow you can make the person laugh, that is a huge plus. Now, this is why all those meme accounts go viral, because people love to laugh. And if they've laughed, they want to make sure that their friends laugh. So they're more likely to share that post with their friend and have their friend discover you. So they also might comment, they might like it. They basically will want to interact with your post. If your posts don't make them laugh, your post should at least make them feel understood. So when they read your post or watch it, they could go, yeah, that's me. For example, if let's say that you are a therapist dealing with mental health issues. So you're going to want to post about symptoms of mental health and what people could be experiencing. You want to have your client feel like, oh my gosh, they are describing my symptoms. That's exactly what I'm going through. If they feel understood, they are more likely to want to share this with a close family or friend, like it, and follow you. Like this training so far? If so, please subscribe for more content. Another thing that your post could do for your client is to teach them something they may not have known but are happy that they have learned. So for example, let's say that you are a hairstylist and maybe your client has gone through a really bad perm job, a really bad coloring job, or just somehow they have fried their hair either by going to another hairstylist or maybe they try to do it themselves. So in your post, what you could do is teach how to have your hair recover from a bad coloring job. Now you are seen as the expert and they're more likely to want to follow you. And not only that, they want to sign up because they want to get more tips for any kind of mishaps that they have made or just tips in general because they really like that tip. And you guessed it, they may want to share it with other people, like it, or comment on it. And they are likely to want to share it with that friend who has also fried their hair. And that way they are actually promoting your business for you. So why is it important for people to comment, like, share, follow, all these things on Instagram when all you really want them to do is hire you, book you, buy your product or service, and that's it? Well, it's because people need to trust you before they dish out their hard-earned money. And trust is built over time. So sometimes people need several exposures to you before they trust you enough to hire you. Also, they may not be in need of your product right now. So again, for example, if you're a hairstylist and so far they are happy with their hairstylist and they may not want to switch, but as soon as that hairstylist burns their hair, let me tell you, they're going to be looking for another hairstylist. And if they have been following you for a couple of months to a couple of years and they've seen what you do, they are likely to want to book you. Sometimes it may even take them a year or so before they actually need to hire you. So this does require some patience. I can't tell you how many times I have experienced the popcorn effect when it comes to getting clients for your business. What is the popcorn effect? Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. So let's say that you pop your popcorn the old school way like I do, which is on the stove. I mean, this works well with the microwave kind, but let's just picture the stovetop one. So you put some oil in there and you put your kernels in there, add a little bit of salt, and then you wait and you wait and you wait for them to heat up. And eventually, after a little while, you hear a little pop. And then maybe a few seconds later, you hear another little pop. And then 5 to 10 seconds later, you hear pop, pop. And all of a sudden, the whole entire pan is full of popcorn and it's overflowing and it just gets all over the kitchen and you can't even contain it in that pot. Getting clients is the same thing. Now, how does this relate to business? So as you're posting stuff on social media, you may not get anything for a while. It's kind of like that popcorn's warming up. And then maybe a couple of months of being consistent, you get 1 client or 2 clients and then 3 clients. However, the key thing is if you stop posting, because if you were making popcorn and you were heating up those kernels and then you kind of stopped heating them up in the middle of it after about a minute, nothing is going to happen. So same thing with social media marketing. You have to consistently post over and over and stay consistent before you get that 1 pop. But you'll find that if you are consistent and if you are offering value, eventually all these clients are just going to come pouring in to the point where you're actually going to have to be more choosy with who you work with, or you might have to be forced to have your business expand, which is not a bad thing if you have to hire staff. If you've offered value, you've been consistent, and you haven't given up, that business will pour in. So it does just take patience, I promise you. Here are the 3 mistakes to avoid on Instagram. Number 1 is promo, promo, promo. All you're doing is promoting your business, promoting your services, promoting your offer, promoting another platform. Now, that doesn't give any value to your client. They don't want to be sold to. They want to get to know you on Instagram. Mistake number 2 is just posting photos of yourself that have absolutely nothing to do with your business. So if you are going to be posting photos of yourself, make sure that whatever you write in the description has to do with your business. Now, am I saying that you shouldn't share any part of your life with your clients? I mean, yes, you absolutely should. But again, it does have to be appropriate and it has to be occasionally. Most of your posts on your Instagram business page should be related to your business or somehow helping your ideal client. Mistake number 3 that I see small business owners making is that they have 0 strategy and 0 branding. Basically, they have an Instagram account for the sake of having an Instagram account. There are no calls to action. There are not a lot of posts that have anything to do with your business. There are no posts that actually offer value to your client. And this is the worst case because what's going to end up happening is you are going to just be wasting so much time and effort into Instagram and having 0 results. And then what ends up happening is you get frustrated and you tell yourself that social media marketing doesn't work, when in fact it does when you have the right strategy in place. So now that you know that you need to build your content on Instagram offering a lot of value, now let's talk about how to actually get the client. And if you haven't done so already in the previous trainings, please check the description below for my content calendar because it's going to give you 50 different posting ideas and then you don't have to wonder what to post. It's all right there for you. If you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that like button below to let me know. Also, by you hitting that like button, it's going to help this video reach more people and more small business owners and actually help them market their business on Instagram. And I would really appreciate it. So the first thing that you need is actually a link to send your clients to. And you're going to drive traffic from your post to your link, and you're going to be using Linktree or TapLink. And basically what these are multi-link pages. You can have your current offer, freebies, specials, and anything that is going to help you build that rapport with your potential client. Again, you don't want to overwhelm them or say buy now, buy now. You just want to kind of take that relationship to the next step and get them a step closer to working with you. Let's take a look at my TapLink. So if you see here, I offer my 2 freebies, which is basically my content calendar and my book. And also my first link is my YouTube channel because I want to drive traffic to my YouTube channel. So whatever is the most important link to you, you should have that one at the very top. Also, you see here is this 3-part training series. This training series is a great starting point for people who just don't understand how Instagram works for business. So that's why I want to send them here. And also that is going to help me build rapport with my future clients. So what you notice that is not on here is a link to my website or anywhere where they could actually buy any services from me. The reason that is because often my services just kind of change. And also, driving someone to your website may not be the best strategy, especially when you're trying to build that relationship with them. So one of the main things that you should have in your Linktree or Tap Link is some kind of freebie offer that gets them onto your email list. Another reason why you might want to have your free offers in there is because in your post, it's so easy to say, to get this free offer, go to the link in my bio. Now, if they're already in that bio, they might see something else that is of interest to them. So maybe they went to go get my free content calendar, but then they discover, oh, there's a YouTube channel. So for you, that might be to actually schedule a free strategy session with you, or a mini session, or something that kind of gives them a little bit of a taste of your business. So you can put that in your Linktree as well. The number 2 strategy for getting clients off of Instagram is to have a clear call to action. So essentially, you tell them what you want them to do next. Maybe again, it's to get a free session or to get a free sample of your product or something that's kind of a low barrier to entry offer. Because again, if you are selling something that is a couple $100s or a couple $1,000s, they may not want to purchase it right away. They're going to want a little sample of what it is before they want to make that big purchase. Now, the other thing is, if you are selling something that is relatively affordable, maybe you're just selling makeup or hair products or something like that, in that case, it is completely okay to actually ask them to purchase directly. Or better yet, if you do have samples, small samples that you can send for free, just to let them experience it first, that is even better. So again, if your offer is a couple $100s to a couple $1,000, you definitely want to slowly warm them up. But if your product is a coffee mug, then you can directly send them to your website to purchase your coffee mug. Maybe the next best step for them to take is to directly message you. So maybe you've done a post about something in your business that you're currently promoting, and you say in that particular post, please DM me for more information. So you can go ahead and do that, because then you'll know who's actually interested and who is a potential warm lead. So the key thing is, never, ever, ever assume that people know what to do, because if people are confused about what to do, they're likely to do nothing at all. And that's the last thing that you want. So make it easy for them. Number 3 way to get clients from Instagram is to create engagement. And there are several ways that you can create engagement. And one of the best ways is to actually use stickers from stories. So when you are posting a story, you have the option of several stickers. One of them is polls, another one is questions, another one is quizzes, so on and so forth. These are actually really great and easy strategies to get people to engage with you, and a great way for you to know who could potentially be your ideal client, because they've kind of raised their hand and said, hey, I'm kind of interested. The point is to get someone to respond to what you have posted, because when they do, it actually creates an opening for you to start a conversation with them. And conversations lead to sales. Let me explain a little bit more. So for example, if you offer a cleaning service, you can do a mini quiz on your stories and say something like, is your home currently A, very clean, B, quite tidy, but I wish it could be a little bit better, or C, a complete disaster? And why this is good is because you know that anyone who has answered B or C is your potential client, because you know that they could potentially need help cleaning their house. So here's what you do. Instagram's actually going to show you who has participated in your quiz and what they responded. So let's say, for example, a woman named Doreen has responded and she said B, that the house could use a little tidying up. What you do is you direct message Doreen and you say, hey Doreen, thank you so much for participating in my quiz. That way it shows Doreen why you're contacting her in the first place. She may have forgotten that she participated in a quiz. That's why you should always do it within the first 12 to 24 hours. So again, hey Doreen, thank you so much for participating in my quiz on how tidy your house is. And I noticed that you clicked B, that you wish your house was a little bit tidier. I have a free downloadable guide on how to keep your house tidy in less time that I think that you could really use. And also, if you feel like it's just still not enough and you just need some help with cleaning your house, I do also offer a cleaning service. You can click this link below, or you can visit the link in my bio. So that way, you're not just cold emailing somebody or cold DMing them. They know that they participated, so they kind of open the door for you to have that conversation. So Doreen will likely appreciate that you're giving her something for free, and she may take you up on your offer. At the end of the day, it is a bit of a numbers game, but if you want to be proactive and you can't spend too much money on marketing and running ads, this is one of the best strategies. All right, number 4 is you say to them specifically at the end of your post, DM me the word X to get Y. Now, this is a little bit different than just saying DM me for more information, because you are giving them something very, very specific to do. So that way it takes all the guesswork out. So if they have any hesitations at all they have to do is email you that one word. So for example, DM me the word health to get a sample of my green tea or whatever it is that you're selling. This gives people a chance to take a step forward without having to overcommit. Because let's face it, these days we're all a little commitment phobic. So once you know who has DM'd you that word, you can send them the offer that you promised, and you can actually continue the conversation. Even if you don't get the sale right away, what's really great about this strategy is that this person has now interacted with you, which means that Instagram is going to show them more of your posts. Because think about it, most people on Instagram are following hundreds, if not thousands of people, so they can't see everybody. So the way that Instagram knows what posts they want to see is the profile that they have interacted with the most. If they have DM'd you directly, that's a huge interaction. So for the next little while, Instagram is going to continue to show them your posts. And by showing them more posts, it continues to build that relationship and build that rapport with you. So the key is to constantly have people engage with your profile so that Instagram knows to keep showing them your posts. Tip number 5 to get clients on Instagram is, I bet you've been thinking about this one, niche hashtags. A lot of people always ask me about a hashtag strategy, and here it is. If you're a small business owner, you definitely want to be using smaller hashtags. What do I mean by smaller? I'm talking about a couple hundred to a couple thousand to maybe 100 to 200,000 max. And the reason is, if you're competing with hashtags that have a couple of million, you are not going to be shown. For those of you that don't know what hashtags are what you add to a post to help people identify what it is. So that way, when they are searching for specific hashtags, your content will pop up. And the other thing to keep in mind is you can use up to 30 hashtags per post. Okay, so here's an example. Let's say that you are a nutritionist or a weight loss coach. You might be tempted to use a hashtag like hashtag weight loss journey. And I strongly suggest that you do your research before you actually use that hashtag, because weight loss journey actually has over 40 million hashtags. So you want to be a little bit more specific. So you want to use hashtag vegan weight loss journey, which has about 68,000 hashtags. And that way you are a lot more likely to get discovered. So to research hashtags, what you could do is you can go to your competition's profiles and see what hashtags they're using, and then copy those hashtags and put them in the search bar to see how many hashtags there are for that specific one. If you would like me to give you a good hashtag for your industry, please leave me a comment below and let me know what industry you're in or what you're selling, and I'll respond by giving you a good hashtag that you should use. Now, we have just scratched the surface of Instagram marketing for small business, and there is a lot more to learn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep adding bonus trainings to this playlist. So make sure that you are subscribed with the notification turned on, so that way you're always notified when the next training comes out. Are you ready to keep learning? Well, the next video for Instagram strategies to watch is right here. I'll see you there.